Hello and welcome to a very quick makeup look and book review for Memoirs of the Damned by Yasir Hayat. I've probably butchered that, but I tried my best. So this is described to be an epic vampire novel set against a timeless gothic backdrop as Andros Emilio's world is constantly beset by tragedy. On a stormy night, he is given a choice that will ultimately spell damnation for himself or for those around him. Will he choose revenge or redemption? In a revival of classic horror with a revenge theme, Memoirs of the Damned is written by a soul who is shackled in suffering. No matter where Andros turns, there is to be no reprieve from the void of his existence. His is a story of sorrow, rage, and horror. I ended up rating this one a 3 stars, and I had been meaning to read it for at least a year, and I'm glad that I did read it. Now, it was a rather oddly told and strangely written novel. Think of Interview with a Vampire, but dry, because this book certainly didn't wholly capture my imagination. However, I also just couldn't stop reading it. I felt like the writing was oddly formatted and punctuational bits just didn't flow, so I was often pulled out of the story from that. I also found the telling of the story to not be super adventurous but rather dull at times, yet I was constantly interested in how much more Andros would transform mentally and physically, and how his views would change on the world and his personal vendetta as he aged in this vampiric life. I had a good time reading it, but I doubt that this will become memorable for me. I did wonder that for a vampire, Andros doesn't half pass out a lot, and honestly, super relatable because that would be me as a vampire. I mean, the iron issue's gonna run deep, right? It makes sense. I was left a little baffled by one of the end reveals, mainly as to why it was included. Now, this is going to sound very convoluted if you haven't read it, but as well as why Andros was so shocked and distraught by the news when Saragravo told him his whole family history when they met originally. Saragravo is his kind of mentor within this vampire existence. So yeah, that reveal kind of felt a little bit deflated, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the descriptions of these rather monstrous looking vampires. It was an interesting addition to a vampire story, and I feel like it's added something to the palette, but not majorly that I would remember it after a long time. See you later. Thank you for watching.